Most people buying a performance car in 2026 are making a decision they'll regret within 2 years. They'll choose the SUV because it feels practical, the sedan because it feels sensible, or the EV because it feels modern. And they'll spend the rest of their ownership wondering why driving feels like a chore. The 2026 Audi RS5 Avant exists to make every single one of those buyers feel that regret instantly. This is not a press release. This is an honest breakdown of whether this car deserves your money, your garage, and your daily commute. Stay with me, because the powertrain alone changes everything you think you know about performance wagons. Audi didn't just update the RS5, they rebuilt it from the ground, up on a wider platform, stretched it 90 millimeters beyond the standard A5, and shoved in their first ever plug-in hybrid setup, designed specifically for performance. That last part matters more than you think, and we'll get to exactly why in a moment. Start with what you see. The RS5 Avant's body is aggressive in a way that doesn't feel desperate. Wide fenders, quad oval exhaust tips, a honeycomb grille that dominates the front end, and darkened matrix LED headlights that look like they're permanently annoyed. Optional digital OLED taillights can pulse a checkered flag pattern during aggressive driving. Is that unnecessary? Absolutely. Is it the kind of detail that makes you smile every single time you walk to your car? Yes, and at this price, you deserve to smile. At just under 16 feet long, it parks like a normal car. It looks like anything but one. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where Audi either wins your trust or loses it completely. Under the hood is a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 producing 5 and 10 horsepower on its own. Paired with a 130-horsepower electric motor mounted on the rear axle, the combined system output lands at 639 horsepower and 608 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 happens in 3.6 seconds. Top speed reaches 177 miles per hour with the optional package. But here is the part that separates this from every other fast wagon on the market. Audi built what they call electromechanical torque vectoring, which means the car can split power wheel to wheel at the rear axle independently. In the most aggressive mode, you can induce a controlled drift in a nearly 5,200-pound wagon. That is not a marketing claim. That is physics being bent in your favor. For the daily driver, this translates to something more important than track numbers. The car feels alive in corners without requiring you to be a driving instructor to enjoy it. Quattro all-wheel drive handles the wet roads. The rear bias handles the fun. You just steer. The battery holds 22 usable kilowatt hours, which gives you up to 54 miles of pure electric range. If your commute is under 50 miles round trip, you could theoretically drive this car on electricity all week and only light up the V6 on weekends. That changes the ownership math entirely, especially when gas prices are unpredictable and insurance. On a 639 horsepower, car is not cheap. Speaking of ownership reality, this is the part most reviews skip. On a depleted battery, fuel economy drops to around 23 miles per gallon. That is not terrible for a car with this much power, but you need to plan your charging habits or your fuel costs will catch you off guard. Charge nightly, and you are driving a near-silent 54-mile electric commuter that also happens to embarrass sports cars on weekends. Inside, the cabin does not feel like an afterthought. RS-specific sports seats with 40-way adjustability, heating, ventilation, and massage functions wrap around you rather than just holding you in place. A triple-screen layout runs the infotainment with a 14.5-inch central display, augmented reality navigation projected onto the windshield, and a flat-bottom steering wheel that keeps you connected to every input the car makes. The wagon body gives you 570 liters of cargo space behind the rear seats, which expands to nearly 1,150 liters with the seats folded. It tows up to 4,200 pounds. This is a car that can take your family to a ski trip on Friday and embarrass a Corvette on Saturday without changing a single setting. This channel exists for one reason: to give you the honest ownership story before you sign anything, not the press release version, not the showroom pitch. If you want to know the truth about cars before the money leaves your account, this is where you stay. The RS5 Avant starts around 108,000 euros in Europe, with US pricing not yet confirmed. What is confirmed is that nothing else in this segment combines this level of performance, daily usability, electric range, and interior quality in a body style this rare. Wagons are almost extinct in America. This one might be worth saving them.